Today in our 2018 Dodge Grand Caravan, we'll be having a look at our best suspension enhancement options. This one is our Timbren rear suspension enhancement system. This is part number TDVRRT. Here we have our Air Lift AirLift 1000 air helper springs. This is part number AL60814. Last but not least, we have our Firestone Coil-Rite air helper springs. These are part number F4169. The first biggest difference that we found between our three options here today is in regards to adjustability. Our Timbrens here, once they're installed, there is no adjustability. You just simply install them and then you're done. Both our Air Lift and our Firestones here, these are adjustable. And this is important because depending on the load that you have in the vehicle, or if you're towing a trailer with a heavier pin weight, you can actually adjust the amount of air pressure that's inside both of these so you can maintain your ride height in the back of the van so it's level. So if you have a lighter load, you'll need less air pressure. If you have a heavier load, obviously you'll need more air pressure. The next biggest difference that we found is in regards to weight capacity. Our Timbrens are rated to support up to 1,300 pounds of weight, whereas our Air Lifts are rated to support up to 1,000 pounds of weight. And then our Firestones are rated for a range between 500 and 1,000. So while all of these have a different weight capacity, they will not increase your vehicle's weight carrying capacity at all. Your vehicle's still going to have the same gross vehicle weight rating. It's just that these are going to maintain a level suspension depending on the amount of weight you have in them and what the option that you choose is rated for. This is going to allow you to have a smoother and safer ride with a level ride height, better steering, and better braking. You want to make sure you don't exceed what your vehicle is rated for, no matter which option you choose. The next biggest difference that we found between these three options is in regards to ride quality. We found that with our air spring suspension options, you're going to have the best ride quality because there is a cushion there to help absorb the suspension travel. With our Timbrens, however, since there is no air spring in there, it's a hard bump stop, this is going to have a little bit of a rougher ride quality, but still give you the necessary load support that you're looking for. The next biggest difference that we found is in regards to maintenance. With our Timbrens, there is no maintenance. With them installed, that's it. You don't ever have to worry about them ever again. And with our Air Lift and our Firestone springs, these do require a minimum air pressure of 5 psi at all times and never to exceed a maximum of 35 psi air pressure. So that's going to require you to periodically check to make sure you have the minimum level in there. And since there is airline tubing that you'll have to route through your vehicle in order to mount your inflation valves, you do run the potential of developing a leak at some point in time. As far as similarities go, all three of these options are going to be a factory bump stop replacement. We'll have a look on our Grand Caravan that we have in here today and show you what that means. We can see the factory bump stop as it sits inside the coil spring. Now, as the suspension travels on this vehicle, this bump stop limits the vehicle from bottoming out. Now, if we compare our Timbren to this, we can see how much larger this is over the factory bump stop. What this will allow our vehicle to do is if we put more weight in it, this will limit the suspension travel so we can have a level ride height and smoother operation. Now let's take a look at our Firestone one. We can see how this will fit inside the coil spring nice and tight and will allow our suspension to maintain its levelness as we go down the road and is adjustable with varying air pressure. Now, I like to notice that this is a little bit shorter than our Air Lift one. Our Air Lift one will fill the entire void inside of our spring. So what this means is that this will be allowed to work faster than the Firestone one would be. Now, even though we do have two different styles of systems here with our Timbrens and then our air springs from Air Lift and Firestone, all three of these will install in basically the same manner. We have to remove our factory rear bump stops, and in order to do that, we will have to remove the coil springs but it is a fairly easy task. Now, in my personal opinion, if I owned a Grand Caravan myself and I was looking for something to enhance the rear suspension on it, I'd be leaning towards the Timbrens myself, just because these have the highest capacity of weight leveling capability, and they also are completely 100% maintenance free. Once they're installed, I never have to worry about them again, and these will allow me to load cargo in and out of my van without having to worry about having a sagging rear suspension. And now for a brief summary. As far as adjustability goes, the Firestone and the Air Lift systems here are the better options because they actually are adjustable. As far as capacity goes, the Timbrens are the best option because they do have the highest capacity. As far as ride quality goes, both the Air Lift and the Firestones will be better here because they are more of a cushion design with the air spring. It allows it to absorb some of the blow a little bit better. As far as maintenance goes, the Timbrens are hands down the winner because there is zero maintenance required. And that completes our look at the best suspension enhancement options for the Dodge Grand Caravan. We hope you find this video helpful and informative in your suspension enhancement needs. Thanks for watching. Click the link in our description below to shop, learn more, or visit us at etrailer.com. And leave us a comment if you have any questions.